Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show. That's where I go for the latest band info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the all around town radio show. The all around town radio.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hot Topic Tuesday. We're trying to get Ceris in here. She's having some technical issues on her end, not being able to hear. So we're waiting on her to pop back in. She's resetting her computer right now as we speak. So stand by, everybody.
The Weekend Review. Top 5 coming for you. Speaking with the fans.
Hi, Glenn. Kareem, the champ. Edward Sawicki in the house. Bill, how are you? Wild Bill Video. Roger in the house. Thank you. Gina McCann, how are you? Yeah, we're having some technical issues today, trying to get Ceris pop back in here. Let's see what happens. She just popped up on my screen. Let's see if we can hear
I can hear you.
You can hear me now.
Yes.
Well, that's all it took. Just a little reboot. Sometimes the brains in those computers do whatever they want to.
It's the same as my brain. It needs a reboot every once in a while, too.
What's going on? How are you?
Man, what a day. What a day. What a day. What's everybody up to today?
Let's chat with these people that are joining us here. Let's see who. I was down to Carla. Hi, Carla. Brad, Bob, Jim,
Oh, everybody.
Lex, Bob Klein.
Kareem,
Is this thing on? He says. Yeah. Is this thing on? Hello.
Ed, Roger,
Hello.
Tom, Gina, Carla. Hey, everybody.
Hey. Yeah. How's your day today?
It's been okay.
Has it? Good.
Yeah. Yours?
Oh, yeah. Mine's been good. Mine's been good.
Thanks, Carla.
Yeah. I'm looking at something here.
Erica, how's the chili you made me?
Did Erica cook for you today?
She made, well, I like to think that when Erica cooks, she cooks for me all the time. But I bet it was for her.
Okay.
It is my
hi.
favorite, though. That chili she makes. It's like this pineapple chili.
Oh, yeah. Never had that. Sounds good. Sounds pretty good. Woman hair is looking good. There you go. How about mine, Carla? How's mine looking today?
The thing is, your hair always looks good, Scott.
What little there is of it, you mean? There's not much left. Old age has set in. Ditch is here. Hi, Ditch.
Hi, Ditch.
Billy Sutherland from White Knuckle Weekend in the house.
Very nice.
Erica says you're gonna love it. Okay, well, I need to try it too. Hey, I've got a write-in topic for the day, so maybe we can jump on that here a little bit.
Jeez,
and see what happens.
What?
Did you lose everybody?
Mm-hmm. I'm back now, though.
Oh, you're back. Thank you. I'm glad you're back. Good to have you with us. Let's talk about Sunday before we get started on this topic. Let's chat about Sunday for a minute. What a great day that was. I had a great time working with you and Kathy and your staff and everybody. We do make a great team. If I'm going to pat myself on the back today and you on the back, because it's just we run things like a well-oiled machine anymore with these fundraisers, don't we?
We do, until people
get their little hands in it.
And that happened, but it's okay. We all just took a step back and let them do their thing. I'm not sure it worked out well in their favor, but it's okay.
You know what's funny is folks that always come into these and you know, I'm gonna pump our tires up a little bit because we've raised hundreds of thousands of dollars at these events, and somebody always comes in with a better idea, and they don't realize it's tried and tested, and we've run these events, know how to run them, know how to make money at them, and it's for the charity. And sometimes they get a little in the way of themselves, I guess. I'm trying to be nice.
It's also, just be kind.
Yeah.
Just be kind about it. I got pushed out at, I just feel like I keep getting pushed out of this event. And I was just like, I'm just trying to help. I mean, but it was fine. It was fine. I think we raised, considering we picked it up last minute. It was a wonderful event. And those musicians just.
What a day of music.
Really just, they're so good, man. I just love them, and they're so generous with their time, and they're just amazing. And they really made that day what it was. It was beautiful. It was really, really beautiful. And
the hardest working person there is Jeff Vance. Always. I got to say that. Always the sound guy. I mean, whoever it is. But Jeff never gets rattled. He's always got a big smile on his face, and he makes it happen. It's awesome. And, the sound is so important to keeping people there. And Jeff just does a great job of keeping people in their seats. And, everybody stayed. That was the cool part.
They did.
A ton of people stay for the raffles and the drawings at the end, because a lot of times you're announcing names and they've gone home and you got to call them and all that. We had most of the people there that got their prizes right on the spot, which was cool.
Well, this was like a strict 3 hours. It didn't go over. Really, it didn't. I think the next time we do this, we'll have a lot more time to plan it differently, because we didn't really get to do that much. But I think I'm really impressed and just honored that they asked us to do it, but more importantly that it turned out really good. It turned out great, and for the time that we had.
And I've got to shout out Kevin from staff also, because he was
wonderful.
The greatest person to work with. He's so humble and so appreciative of everybody. I bet if he said it once, he said it 50 times. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. He was just so appreciative of what was going on. And he worked his butt off all day.
Again, I cannot wait to work with him again. He was awesome.
Yeah, and he sold raffle or 50-50 tickets all day long. So
all day long. He did great with
good job.
Too. Yeah. Well, we can let you know that we raised.
Are you ready? Drum roll.
Yeah, I'm ready. We raised just over $13,000, so that's awesome. I think that's great for
3 hours.
For 3 hours.
3 hours.
That's just a couple of weeks to get it together. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah, and that $13,000 is going to go a long way there with what they do. And if you're tuning in for the first time today, when you haven't heard about staff, Save the Animals Foundation, they're not working with the cute little puppy dogs that go home at Christmas time in a box.
They're cute.
They are working with high-risk animals that have been abused, animals that have been badly injured. And, they're full of dogs and cats in their shelter all the time. And it's all volunteer run, which is just so cool. So to raise $13,000 for them in 3 hours, pretty significant.
Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah.
I'm proud of that number. And, and that we owe that to, first of all, Brian and Kelly Peters, who matched the funds, right?
Yeah. So they matched it to get it to 13,000. And we owe it to, because it wasn't super packed. But the people that were there were being so generous. It was so awesome. And that was amazing. So, and
it's a collaborative effort. I mean, if it weren't for the musicians keeping people in their seats and then making us have the availability to get them to buy tickets and do things, I mean, it's all a collaborative effort. And the musicians are so kind-hearted, like you said, to give their time and play.
They are. I mean, they kept everybody there. They kept everybody staring at the stage. I mean, because they're breathtaking. They're just incredible. So
what a lineup. I mean, and these people, some of these people tour all over the country and the world. And, they're on the stage playing. And we were talking backstage about how magical it was. I mentioned that yesterday. Hollywood and I were talking about there's just something there. And I described it as like you fall into this magic of being in a snow globe full of musicians and great music. And it just sucks you in, and you're there, and you're like, I got to watch this. This is so cool. And I look out at all the faces, and I know you do too. And, Valerie Robinson, she had a smile on her face the entire day out there. She's like, this
is such a music. You want to come out?
This is so cool.
He's such a music lover. Oh, come here.
Hi, Ray. What you got? Who you got?
I got Miss Daisy. Oh my gosh. She was clawing up. She needed to come up.
Now we're holding Miss Daisy.
Talking about rescue pups right here.
Hi, Miss Daisy.
That is a great total.
It is. And, nothing to be ashamed of on that one. We've raised bigger money. And again,
yeah, but that's fine. That's,
if people come into the Bell and the Bear, I want to inform you that if you're doing a fundraiser there by anything, just keep in the back of your head that the Bell and the Bear raises a lot of money and knows how to do it. Just keep that in your head and don't try to change the world, because we know how to make it happen, and it does, and it happens. And look at what we made off that guitar.
I know.
I know.
That was awesome.
And
that was awesome.
Dudley and
a
Michelle.
Beautiful guitar.
Oh, Dudley and Michelle donating that. They spent a lot of money on that guitar.
Yeah.
And that was their donation to the event, along with him playing and her work at staff. She's their biggest volunteer, from what I understand.
Yeah, she puts a lot of time there.
It's so cool.
You know that she has a little dog house, like quite literally, she owns a little house that is just for dogs. So she can take dogs to decompress to this home. And like, she's offered it for me to take my fosters there, or my medical dogs, or anything like that. And she quite literally has a house that she just takes these dogs to. And I'm just so in love with this woman. I mean, what she does for animals in her heart, I don't know. It's just something special.
She's a very kind soul, and I feel a little bad. I put her way out of her comfort zone, and I brought her up on stage and had her hold that guitar as we auctioned it. But I wanted people to see her, because she is so much behind the scenes of this event. And
she likes it that way, though.
Yeah, I know. She likes to just hide in the corner and just smile. And she had her beautiful daughters there. And Dudley's dad was in the house. It was a family day, and just so much fun. So
yeah.
So $13,000 and some change there.
That's awesome.
That's good. Yeah, it's outstanding.
Yeah.
So, Ceris, thank you for bringing that in at the last minute and saving it, basically, because it wouldn't have happened otherwise. So
it all goes to you guys and staff. I didn't do anything. Just, so I'm glad that we were able to give it a place. So.
Well, you can say you didn't do anything, but every time you open your doors to an event like this, you're doing a lot. And those people that come in appreciate it. I know Kevin mentioned to me again at the end of the day about how grateful he was that this came there, and they were able to do it, because they did have a lot of baskets and things put together, some really nice prizes.
They did, and they worked really hard on that.
It would have been a shame not to use them. That's
what I was saying. I think, I'm a big believer. From what I'm just a big believer. Get the baskets, make the money off the baskets, all that. But when it comes to door, I think ticket prices scare people. So I think it's always, in my opinion, bigger's not always better. But if you just, it's kind of proven, pay what you can at the door and leave the ticket prices out, because I think that's what hindered a few people, because they didn't realize that there was no ticket price, because at the first event there was a large ticket price number, and I think that scared some people. And so it's something that we all learn when we're running events, what works, what doesn't. And I find that the pay what you can, because even just people wanting to be involved, because not everybody has money, and it's not about that. You know what I mean? It just gives more people the ability to actually come and experience things, and, they'll give what they can. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm looking at a write-in thing for today. So if you want to take it, well, I'll read it to everybody, and we'll take this topic if you want to run with it for Hot Topic Tuesday. But thank you again, Ceris, for a wonderful Sunday.
Thank you, Scott.
I love every time I get to hang out with you and Kathy and everybody else that puts these things on. It's a quality day in my life, and things that you remember forever about how people give, and so many people gave that day too. So
many people gave. Beautiful day.
Yes. So, and we were competing against a lot, the Bengals game, everything else going on. So yeah, it was good. So here's somebody writing into the show, and they say, here's a topic, and they say, forgive me if I missed it on another show. And we've kind of touched on this a little bit, but I think it's a very good one to remember, especially this time of year when the bars start to get really crowded and such. And this says, good music and concert etiquette, especially in small venues. And it says, don't stand right in front of the bands and scroll on your phone, or park yourself in the middle of everything and expect people not to walk by or in front of you. She says, not speaking on behalf of staff or owners here, and not trying to be rude, but it just because you're a regular at the bar or venue doesn't give you a right to impede the view or to kind of camp out in front of people just because you walk in the door. And I think that's an interesting thing, because some people that are regulars get very comfortable in the place that they come in. And one thing I hate is when you see somebody come in, especially somebody into a bar that may be disabled, or they're older and they don't get around as well, and they try to get in there early and get a seat. And the next thing you know, people are just so rude about standing right in front of them and in their space, like, butt in face type thing that goes on. And I know the photographers talk about this a lot. They have to dodge and work around people at the front of the room. Your room is of the exception, Ceris, and I want your opinion on some of this, because your room is one that many times the front of the room is full of people standing.
Right.
If there's a great band, it's like standing room only at the concert. It's the pit up front, so to speak.
Right.
And does that ever offend anybody? Do you ever get any people that in the back of the room that are upset about that?
So this is what I started doing, because I don't know if offended is the right word, but I started thinking that's kind of shitty for the people that are sitting at the low tables. So on super busy nights, I take those tables out, and I actually added I added a row of another row of high tops instead, because those low tops, people are going to sit in your face. And I understand this is not going to be, I'm not going to be well liked for this, and this is not somebody who has this is not about somebody who has a disability. So do not think that I'm saying that. Okay. But if you're going to sit at a low table and the dance floor is right in front of you, you're going to have ass in your face. Deal with it. Stand up or move. That's it. It's to me, it's the same. And again, this is not about people that have a disability. We always make like special room for people that that needs to stay seated. For me, it's the same at a concert, personally speaking. I'm not one of those people that believe the people in front of them need to sit down because you're choosing to sit down.
Yeah, I'm one of those too. But you can expect to go to a concert and have people stand in front. If you don't expect that, then you shouldn't go to the concert, because anybody having a great time is not going to stay in their seat.
No. So if you're going to choose to sit at a low top, you're going to have ass in your face when the dance floor is right there. If you're going to choose to go to a concert and you're going to make the choice to sit, you're going to have ass in your face.
Thanks, Eric. Yeah, truly. But I think the point here is people, and I'm going to go back to, I think it was Kip Winger at your place. I'm not positive, but someone came in very early and got a table, and they were working at a table. They had a laptop and they're in there doing their work and all that. And then the show gets ready to start, and they slide the whole table and chairs like right to front and center stage. Yeah. And it's like,
no. And we pulled that back. Yeah. No, that's not happening. I have people almost
don't
all
move
the
the
time.
Furniture, people. I
have people all the time taking a chair or a stool and placing it right in the middle of the dance floor.
Thanks, Ray.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
That's not happening. And then we get attitude. It's like, what? You don't like it, leave.
Kareem, first of all. Yeah, she was doing she was a teacher or something. Doing
lots of people bring
papers or something.
I don't mind. Do your work. That's great.
Yeah.
But just know that you're at a bar. So your work may interfere with the band, not the other way around.
Well, and this person writing in goes on to say it's not just the stage as well, because giving those working an event a place to work, not packing in around the bar and allowing somebody, not getting mad when somebody tries to reach between you and another chair to get a drink and those kind of things when it's packed out. And you have one area that they kind of service, I guess, at your place that's back by the back entry door. That oftentimes that's where like a little line forms for people to get drinks and things. But it's very difficult sometimes when you see people getting pissed because you're just trying to get a drink at the bar. You're trying to get in there just like they are.
It's actually right at the front when you walk in, for some reason, people will congregate right around that one section of the bar to try to get drinks when there's a whole bar to get drinks, and they end up waiting. And people stand there. People are going to stand at the bar now. It's like they're just sitting at that one spot. Just move over. Like I understand, like regulars or whoever sometimes stand at the very end of the bar, like right when you walk in at that one spot. But
Hi, Brian.
More often than not, they don't do it on those busy nights. But there are seats at my bar, so people are going to be sitting. And that one section is the busiest section. So why would we stand right there to get service? I don't know. It's weird to me.
I find better luck at your place when it's busy to go down to the other end by the popcorn machine and get a drink there. I mean, that's a great place. And then if there's a lot of people, you can kind of wait your turn there or do whatever. And it's funny how people think that they own turf in a concert setting or whatever. And the front of the stage is one that just, I like to grab a few photos, so I'll try to get up there, but then I get out. I'm not going to camp out there all night. But you see some people come in, and especially some of the national acts you've had, they come get their acre of space there, and they're not moving for the.
They're not moving.
They must have a catheter or something because they never move the whole show.
Yeah,
it's very interesting. And I think the right-end thing here is very good about etiquette and just being kind to one another. We've talked about that so many times on the show. And allow somebody, if they want to come in and get a picture of the artist, let them come by you for a second. Don't elbow them out of the way and think they're going to take your space and all that. That ends up being just tension, and nobody wants that in a bar. I mean, I don't want it.
No.
Maybe some people thrive on it. But crowds are big this time of year, right, Ceris? I mean, you've got crowds are starting to really pick up.
Yeah, this is our busy time.
That's sweet.
This is our busy time.
Crazy.
I feel like, I mean, it's busy. I mean, it's always busy, but I mean, not always, but this is definitely our busy time.
Ray, I just get in Ray's space. I just lean right over Ray, put my arm around his head. I'm getting a drink, Ray.
If you're going to have chairs there, people are going to lean over you, and you don't have a right to get mad at them for somebody trying to come get a drink at the bar. If you're sitting at the bar, you don't get over yourself. If you're going to sit at the bar and somebody's coming to the bar to get a drink, they're going to lean over you, whether you like it or not.
Ray's my favorite bartender flagger. I just say, she said, you trying to get a drink? I'll say, yeah. And she's like, hey, come over here. And they'll come over and then I get a drink, so that's how it works. Thanks, Ray. You're a good soul. What's Bob Klein have to say? Well, I think the person that wrote in has great intentions, Bob Klein, because they are one who, how do I put this? Just they tend to do their work in a bar for whether it be social media or other things, and they're trying to get photographs and they're doing other things up at the front of the stage. So maybe they have a valid point here that they're trying to capture some moments for some work related things, and it's tough. People are rude though. I mean, they'll step on you, and what I hate is the guy the drunk person who comes up to the front of the room and then all they do is spill their beer the whole time right there try to spill it on the monitors and the equipment and, that kind of thing. The woohoo people with the beer glass in the air, and that just got to have some etiquette. And I know that's why when Bill takes video in all these places, Bill's got that selfie stick that goes in the air, for lack of a better term. And he can get up above all that. And he's already tall, so he's got the opportunity to do that. But some people aren't that tall, and they have that issue. And if not, go to the side of the stage. You can see a lot from the side of the stage. You really can.
One thing I don't like, and it happens more often than I thought it would, because we're all adults, especially at the Bell. We have an older crowd. We don't really have a younger crowd. We have an older crowd. Is the amount of people that will come to us and be like, this woman is pushing me. I'm up at the front and I'm trying to dance and they're just pushing me out of the way. Why? It's a small dance area. Just fucking dance. Why are we pushing people out of the way we're adults here. You don't have a designated spot on the dance floor where only you in your little bubble are allowed to dance. People are going to bump into you. It's going to happen. Stop. Grow up. That pisses me off.
Pet peeve, Ray says, is when people are standing in a pathway that may be the only way to get to somewhere. Can I just say today, I was in Kroger's today. And, you come out of line after you pay and you're leaving the store. And this guy, right at the exit, parks his cart across the exit. He's standing there and he's on his phone texting somebody. And there are 5 people lined up behind him, me included. And we're all like, excuse us, and he's oblivious to the fact that he's blocking the entire exit to the store. And I have to give this little old lady credit. She took her cart and just bashed into his and moved it and went right on through. And I looked at him and I said, Merry Christmas. And we all walked by then. It's like, this guy, I mean, some people I think are just truly oblivious to their surroundings.
They really are. I can't comprehend that. To me, that is one of my biggest pet peeves. And it usually has to do with the car. Like when people are waiting for a parking spot and they're blocking me in because they don't want to walk an extra 5 steps. Move your fucking car. I'm getting out. I'm not here to make your life easier. We're here to make everybody's life, just move your freaking car. I have zero respect for people who don't take other drivers or people into consideration. I cannot stand them. And it always seems to happen like the people that are driving super duper duper slow on a street because, and it's not, I understand if you're trying to look for that street, that's fine, but it's not, it's because you saw just whatever. I'm just like, what? One of my exes used to do it and it drove me crazy. Oh, look at that house. Move. Put your fucking foot on the pedal. Move. There's people behind you. This isn't your freaking world.
I like the way you said one of my exes.
One of my exes.
Okay. Hey, while Ray brought up a great point, blocking the path to the restroom and all that. Can I bring up one of my pet peeves today? Since we're airing out dirty laundry about crowds in bars. Why is it that someone at every event, big event, when the bar is crowded, has to go in and absolutely destroy the restroom?
Well, where else are we supposed to shit?
Well, you know what I'm saying, though, because I mean, it's like, have you held that for the last month and a half and you brought it to the bar tonight? Oh my gosh. It's terrible. I'm going to
give, if anybody who comes to the bell and they can't get through to get to the bathroom, I'm going to give you guys a little trick. And if it's on like the weekend, like a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, is go next door to Go Bananas and use their bathroom there. You can go right in.
Nice.
It's a little trick.
Now they're going to start charging you for toilet paper.
Whatever.
They will. What else we got? What's Kareem got to say? Yeah, drive slowly. We care about our children. Yes, thank you. What else we got? Carla's full of them today.
Bill, you're usually like up against that pole and you're not in the way. You're up against the pole or you're sitting at a table or something. This definitely is not a you thing. No, yeah.
Yeah, Bill does a great job of leaning right into that pole and having his camera up there and doesn't block anybody. So he's respectful, at least. And Ed does a great job of being out of the way yet taking great pictures. I mean, Ed doesn't stand up front all night in the middle of the stage and take photographs, and he captures some great photos from afar, and I think that's cool. And I want to know why Mickey will love me for that kind of. Baby. Does he?
I would imagine.
I don't know. Mickey. And Ray says Bill is so respectful. He is.
Not say that, Paul.
Oh, yes. Ceris is inviting everyone to come in and do that now. So there. What but let's get back to the real focus of this conversation for a minute. Crowds and respect and that kind of thing. When you move the tables out of up front, I know that you're expecting a big night. I mean, I can tell when I walk in, if you don't have those low tops and things, you're expecting to have a big crowd. Mm-hmm. And Does it ever get to the point where you get concerned about the size? I mean, I know you hold a line outside and you do all those things, but get concerned about the amount of people that kind of pack into that dance floor area, or because your staff has spidey senses when somebody spills something and they're on it like right now.
Yeah, so that's why we usually, the way that I determine, and we stick to the like our code, what we're allowed, but more so what I stick to is I look to see how many people are waiting at the bar. And if the bartender, if it's like people aren't having a long wait, because the wait lead goes into the dance floor, like where the bar is. So if that's stacked for people waiting at the door, then I don't let people in, because then there's no way for people to get through or anything like that. So I'm very particular on, all right, how's the bartenders doing? Is it is it 5 deep? If it's 5 deep, I'm not letting anyone in. 4 deep, I'm not letting anyone in, because that bleeds into the dance floor, and then that makes it impossible. And that becomes dangerous.
Yeah, and you've got a unique room because you have to maintain a path to the restrooms. People have to be able to get there. If you get stuck over on the side, sometimes over by the old cigarette machine and the old
there.
Pool room, you're not moving for a while. I mean,
it's why I put the satellite bar there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like around that side.
It's interesting. Can you get Daisy's face in there? I want everybody to see how beautiful she is.
Daisy.
Pull that off.
Hi.
Oh, there we go.
Hi.
Look at that sweetheart.
That's Daisy. Daisy, I rescued her from a horrible situation. She was about to be sold into dog fighting and breeding situation. Probably should not have gone by myself, but I went into this wonderful area to this person, and I had my pistol, and a whole bunch of us rescue people have like a little fund where we have money aside to go for these situations for people that are, charging for these kinds. For just dogs. So that way I went in and was like, I'll give you this much for this dog, because it was posted on Facebook, and their choice of words were interesting. And then I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you this money and not call the cops on the rest of the ones that you have here. So that's how I got the dog. And I showed them my what I was carrying. Pew pew.
Badass. It is. Yes. Kara, she does look like Maisie. She does. I thought that same thing.
Yeah.
How much does Daisy weigh now, Jim say?
Daisy weighs about 43 pounds, 44 pounds.
Wow. I posted a picture of my little devil dog today. Did you see my devil?
I saw.
She has evil eyes even in that picture, but she's fun. But she loves to snuggle with me in the morning. I like that. She's a sweetie, but then she becomes the hellhound in the afternoon. She's young. There's Mrs. all around town. Speaking of short people problems, when she goes to a concert, she's had that happen where people stand in front of her and she can't see anything.
Miss Liz, you in Aruba look stunning. You look gorgeous, Liz. Gorgeous.
Did you see her, as I called it, her Willie Nelson hair?
I loved it. I thought she's such a beautiful woman, though.
Kara says Alice is gorgeous too. Yes, that's our little pup, Alice. And named after Liz's grandmother. It is. So cute dogs. We love our dogs. We do. Yes. And Bobo, he's outside right now. I can hear him outside the door of the studio. Oh, there's Daisy giving us a hi, Daisy. She's checking it out. She's like, I don't know if I like that guy or not.
Yes, she does. She likes everybody.
So a couple more things real quick about this last topic. And thank you for writing in. And guys, remember, you can write in anytime and we'll put your topic on the air and talk about it. We don't have to give your name if you don't want that to happen. But one more thing that was said in this topic was,
Daisy.
And I thought it was very important to realize, is that you help when the bar is busy.
No.
Kind of police your own table. I have been places where it looks like they could do a pyramid of beer bottles and things and glassware that because the servers are just swamped and they can't get there to even bus tables and all those things.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you have guys that do that often. They'll come through and grab the glassware and stuff. But still, I mean, if you go to the bar, if you can take your empty up there and just put it on the bar, it saves so much time and effort for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big help. Do you agree? I mean,
I agree. I mean, we try our hardest to get to those tables, but it is tough. You know, the thing with tables, so that people always ask why we don't take reservations, and there's a ton of reasons why I don't take reservations. We only take reservations for 2 tables, the large table and the couch. But one of the reasons, one of the many reasons that we don't take reservations is because people don't give a shit about other people or respect it. So like I could have a sign on there that says reserved and people will steal the table and hide the sign as if they don't think I know that I put a freaking sign there. And then I don't know who these people are or something like that. And so then when I go over and I said, hey, you're not so-and-so, they're like, oh, yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. I was like, well, where's the sign? You know, like they look stupid. They make themselves look stupid. But so that's one of the reasons, because it's hard for us to police the tables. It's extremely hard for us to police the tables. So we just don't do one of the reasons we don't do reservations. But people don't care. People don't care. So which goes towards, you know, when we're expecting people to have a mutual respect or whatever, they just don't care. If they want something, they're going to take it in a bar. Not everybody, but like in that sort of situation. So I would say though, at my bar, like 80% of the people do bust their own tables, or they do care, you know, whatever. But people will just leave it. They don't care.
Can I say something else I love too, though, is people in the bar who are sitting at a table. Maybe they grab a table, a 4-top, and there's only 2 of them. And they offer for people to sit down with them that they don't even know, strangers and things like that. And a guy I knew, I was out Saturday night and he had a table for that was a 6-top, and there were 2 of them sitting at it at the time, and the whole place was full. And next thing I know, I get a text message and I turn around and look, and he's back there at a table, and he has me come over, and Mrs. All Around Town come over and sit with him. And it was very nice that they did that. They didn't have to do that, you know, and it's when people do that, it's kind of fun. That's why, like, sometimes you go to those restaurants and they might say, here's you know, you gotta sit where you sit, you know, find yourself a seat, and you might have to sit with other people or whatever. And it's not that you might meet some new friends. Who knows, you know? Yeah.
If we don't get a reservation for the big table, and because we usually do like 7-person minimum. And if somebody calls and they have 4, I said, yeah, you can definitely use that table, but you're going to have to allow other people to sit at the table, you know?
And oftentimes that's the one I'm talking about at your place. They always do. They're always like, sit with us, you know? Sit down. And I used to feel bad, and you got to the point where you were making fun of me with it, but I would come in on Thursdays and you'd have a table for me there. And it was like, if I only showed up with me, then I needed to find friends to sit with, or you were going to put a sign on my table that said I had no friends. And that was always fun. But, you know, you try to invite people.
Carla, that wasn't directed at you. Like I said, like 80% of our customers are awesome. Like I said, this is not you, and you do not need to bust your own table by any means. It's just there are some people that's like like when we're saying people, just we're talking about etiquette, stealing people's reserved tables. That it's just part of that whole thing. I'm not saying you don't need to. You're wonderful. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
I got to meet Carla. She seems pretty cool.
She does.
Yeah. So that's really about it today, right? Are we? Let me look at something here. You tell everybody about something while I look at something. Will you talk about something?
Let's talk amongst ourselves.
Yeah, because we're not going to be back for 2 weeks.
Oh.
Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, we're going to be off.
Well, if anybody, so I'm actually going to be bartending on Christmas Eve. Sean and I are going to be bartending on Christmas Eve, so that way our staff can have time with their families and stuff. But so if anybody's done with their family, wants to come hang out, we got Jamie Combs on stage, and we're just gonna just little family time. It's gonna be awesome. So that's something that everybody could do. They wanted to join us.
Okay, perfect. Well, hey, since it's going to be our last one for the year, I guess, let's first and foremost thank everybody for being faithful viewers and all that of this craziness we do on Tuesdays. So thank you all very much for that.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you for being part of this, because we have a lot of fun with this on Tuesday, even though there's days where we're right to the wire trying to figure out what we're going to talk about. And like today, we had technical issues. It happens, but we're coming back in 2025. We're going to be stronger than ever, and we're going to have some great topics, I hope. And it's because of you guys, though, that we have these topics. So please write them in and send them to us, because we've run out of shit to talk about, frankly. We really have. And what else you got? Anything for the end of the year here?
Thanks, everybody. Honestly, I have a blast doing this show. I'm thankful for you all for continuing to watch and share and just being good, guys. I honestly really look forward to it. I love all the comments. I love everything. I love you, Scott. I'm so happy you asked me to be a part of this. I think we make a great team. I'm happy. I'm happy this, I will say this has been a hell of a year for me, but there are so many shining moments that, it makes you forget about some of the shit. And this has been a constant shining moment for me on my Tuesday. So I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, and it is. It's fun, and it's a change of pace for us from some of the other stuff that I get to do. And Carla, I'm not taking off at all. We'll be on the days that aren't holidays, but we're going to take. Obviously, no one wants to watch on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. I mean, we've got other things going then, and she's got a big show New Year's Eve with Miss Jackie. That's going to be there at her place, and like you said, you're bartending Christmas Eve and so on. So we're all going to be fairly busy with other things during that period of time. But the rest of the shows will be back. The Thursday Who's Playing Out and the Monday Weekend Update and all that will be back. We did a whole lot. I don't think you were on yesterday, Ceris, but we did a whole lot of covering the Bells event on yesterday's show. So if you didn't get enough of that, watch that. Go back and watch. You can watch any of our programming. You can go back and watch the first show that Ceris and I ever did. Do you realize this is episode 89?
Oh, no.
Of our hot topic. You missed 69. You did.
I'm a child.
I purposely didn't tell you it was that episode because I know where that show would have gone. Straight to that bathroom blow up we talked about earlier. Yes, it would have. So, guys, Bob Klein, you're always a faithful follower. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas.
I love you.
Kara, you too. Merry Christmas as well.
Kara, I love you, hon. Thank you.
See ya.
Ray, all of you. Evelyn. Hi, Evelyn. Hi, Jim. Carla, you've been an absolute pleasure.
Jimmy Kilroy. I just love Jim Kilroy. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry I missed you on Sunday, Jim. He and I crossed paths. He came in, I think, as I was leaving.
Oh, I must have left already.
Ray is also a child. She is, but we love her. And thanks, Carla. Thank you guys so much. We're going to get out of here today, and we'll be back with you at the first of the year with Hot Topic Tuesday. And Sugar Rock, thank you so much. Love you guys as well. And all our musicians that support us here at All Around Town Radio, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
We've got some really good people.
Continue to support all of Scott's shows this year because those are still going. Like he said, it's just this one. So.
Right. Well, that fall, it just happens that Tuesdays fall on the eves this year.
Right.
And that's how it's going to work. So we'll be back first of the year. You never know when Ceris might pop up on the show between now and then, though, because, she may have something she wants to talk about.
Hi, Jeff.
There's my man, Jeff Vance. Never rattled. Great sound dude right there. Absolutely.
That's something that I'm excited about, other than when Jeff has his own show, because he's a phenomenal musician in the new year, that Jeff will for now be our full-time sound guy. So other than, like I said, if he has a show, which I should also mention that his band is playing the Bell in January. So we're really excited for that.
Superb.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, we'll be announcing that one as well. And maybe we can get Jeff on the show here. I'd like to get Jeff on to talk about his band. We haven't had him on.
To have Jeff on the show.
Absolutely.
Jeff go full time with us, man. God,
Yes.
it's just a pleasure.
He's a wonderful dude.
Yeah.
Hey, Ceris. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I'll
Merry
see you
Christmas,
next
happy
week.
Hanukkah, happy whatever you celebrate. Love you. I really do. I think you guys are all fucking phenomenal.
F and A.
What did I say?
It's all right. Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenon. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next year here at Hot
See you
Topic
next
Tuesday.
year. I'm so ready to start
Working
this
for
one.
the weekend. Then I wanna see
Here,
a
look at
show.
her. Look at her.
I flip on the book of face.
Listen up, look down on everybody wants to see this.
There's a man on
Married
the rail
man.
into the music.
This is awkward.
Showing lots of love. For the
Thank you to Sweet Sister Mercy for our theme song. One more time, sing it in 2024, Ceris.
Show.
Thank you. We out of here, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.